let's go ahead and talk about Mavi's Shadowbox. Now, this is my first time listening to Mavi.
Oh, so you went to this one first, then went back?
Yeah, then I went to the Let the Sun Out. Or is that
Let the sun
Shine?
talk. Let the sun
Okay.
talk.
Let the Sun Talk.
Be respectful, my friend.
I don't remember the album names.
Oh my god.
But yeah, this is my first time listening to Mavi, and this was the first thing I listened to for this week's music. And I listened to it in the morning. I was getting the oil change. So walking around Walmart, and I'm like, and I always preface how I listen to the music because sometimes this can affect you. Listen to it in the AirPods, I'm like, this alright. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, sonically, this is a hit for me. Like,
Yeah.
And you know, I'm going into this with the hype of the 11 p.m. Hype that people was having about this album. You know, on the Thursdays that the albums usually drop at. And you know, people was like, "Oh, this is the album of the year, so." And I'm like, I just can't stay off of Twitter for a whole weekend. That's the thing. So I'm gonna see some talks about these albums. And you know, I'm seeing all this talk. This is such a personal album, so and so. And while I do get that, I'm not interested in the character of Mavi. I'm not interested in him at all. And I'm not saying that he's a bad person or anything like that. I'm not saying he's a bad rapper. He could rap.
Oh yeah.
To me, he's just boring. This is just boring music to me.
Yeah.
There are some songs I do like. I listen to this album the most out of everything I like. I mean, out of everything that we had this week because I'm like, I don't get
It's
what
short,
everybody
it's
else
not
sees
that
in it.
long.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, what, 30-something minutes? And I'm like, thank God. I'm like, so I went back 3 times, like I said. And the more I listened to it, the more songs I just kept liking and disliking. And I'm just like, this ain't it for me. Like, to me, the one thing that really didn't get me was the production. And I know because I always say, like, I like to have the music that's knocking. I can still have some music that's not knocking. You get what I'm saying? To me, these beats and the production was so boring. Now, 20,000 Leagues is the one song I kind of give grace to because I'm like,
It's the lead up.
yes, it's a lead up. I'm like, oh, you setting the tone. So I'm like, okay, this is all right. You setting the tone. This is going to be a darker album. I kind of wish I got that vibe a bit more sonically with this album. To me, this album was like so drumless at times. And I'm just like, what's happening? Like, I'm not getting interested. Like, to me, this is the thing. You can rap really well, but this is music. You have to also make the music sound appealing as well. You have to make the music sound good. There has to be a mixture of both lyrics and the beat. They got to go hand in hand with me. If they don't, you lost me.
Yeah.
To me, the production really lost me, which took me out and made me disinterested in what he was saying. I don't care. Like, it's just, there's nothing for me to, like, really grab from this. Now, was he personal on this album?
Yeah.
Of course he was personal on this album. And like I said, I thought I was tripping because I'm like, I'm not seeing what's happening with this album. So that's why I went to Let the Sun Talk. I'm like, oh, this is a better project. I'm like, okay, so it's just the production I don't like. Because I liked his rapping and I liked his production. I liked the way he was doing things on Let the Sun Talk. But on this album, I just wasn't getting it. I'm like, I get it. This is a personal album. He was talking about how he was addicted to, I think, perks or whatever. You know, he said things about his uncle or whatever. You know, about love loss, things like that. And I get it. I'm like, all right, this is cool, but I'm not interested because the music don't sound appealing to me. And like I said, to me, it don't sound appealing to me. This is a boring album to me. All of this talk right here is subjective. So I don't want no Mavi stands to come in here. You just don't know good music, bro. Shut up.
They'll be right.
No, they won't.
But I know this is not your wheelhouse. Bro.
Yeah, but like I said earlier in the pod, if people didn't watch, to me this is on the realm of like a Mike and an Earl Sweatshirt. Even though to me this one he displayed a good amount of different flows and a bit more enthusiasm and charisma in this compared to Let the Sun Talk. It didn't catch me within the first half of that album. That first half of the album was a struggle to get through. Now the songs I do like, I like Latch. Drunk Prayer was cool. Bro. The Giver and Too Much to Zell, which is like the banger off this album. Too Much to Zell.
Yeah, Too Much to Zell. Yeah.
Besides that, these last 2 songs, Testimony and My Own Way, I was already tuned out. Yeah, each time I listen to this album, I'm like, geez, can this just end already? This album was boring to me. Like this wasn't it for me.
I got you.
I'm sorry, B.
No, you good. I know this not your bro.
I'm trying.
Excuse me, my French. But yeah, this album right here for me was amazing. I like everything on this album, bro. I just love like the vulnerability. I love the introspection. Like me, I love lyrics. And when these beats to me, it was really good production. Like each beat kind of reflect the lyrics to me. Like how he was playing, how the flows he was using. I don't know, everything was laid down perfectly to me. When you go back to like Let the Sun Talk, I feel like the production, I thought this was more accessible to someone like you. If you like listen to like Laugh Now, Laugh Later. I feel like on Let the Sun Talk, that's his second album.
Oh.
And that one's more, I think you might like production on that maybe. I don't know. It's similar to this one, kind of, but this one's a little more darker in spots. But with Let the Sun Talk, I just thought that'd probably be a little bit too like all over the place with some of the production. Not like all over the place electronically and nothing like that.
To me,
just the samples and some of the like the dialogue they uses and stuff like they use and everything, and it don't feel polished. And I think that's intentionally.
What you talking about?
I let the sun talk.
I think I like that because I'm more akin to that because of someone like a Mike and a Earl.
Okay.
So to me, like I said, he sounds like them on that album.
Okay.
And so because he's in that wheelhouse, I don't have a problem with that album because I'm kind of used to that sound, and so I know what to look for in that sound.
So he displayed more of this type of rapping on Laugh Now, Cry Later, I believe. And Shadowbox to me is a more darker version of that, and I feel like his rapping and his lyricism, like his lyricism, not like a lyrical type of lyricism. It's just how he put things is like, to me, is just, I don't know, just him saying things like I ate off that fork in the road. Like I like hearing things like that. Kind of, it's more of like it's like a punch. Like I like that, because you don't hear many people use that type of like they don't use them type of lines. Most of the people that use it like Navy Blue and things like that.
It's a spin on the line.
Yeah, it's a spin. It's like he gives though, like I said about Navy Blue when I talked about last podcast. It's that therapeutic part. It's like it's that he could say things so peaceful to me, man. And just him being so young and him standing out to me and let the sun talk with his lyric, like his wordplay and just the things that he say. I'm like, I don't know. It affects me, B. I don't know. I'm a little older. I'm older than this kid, and just how he can say things and articulate himself. I'd be like, damn, this is a smart, it's a sharp guy.
So taking out age, do you think age plays a factor when listening to certain music like this?
Not this no more. I felt it took a factor to me when he put out Let the Sun Talk. Because he had other little EPs he dropped on like SoundCloud. But like when him put out Let the Sun Talk and me hearing it, I'm like, him doing this at this age is, pretty dope. I just feel like it's not a big thing no more because we have like a Nas, we have a Earl, we have all these younger guy like a Joey Badass that put out songs and albums or pieces of work at a young age that was just like, wow, this is really good. But just for me from this, it's just, I think it's more of him battling with now he has some sort of success, him having him drinking with drunk prayers, him speaking about the perfect Percocets, and actually I think it was in the opening track 20,000 League, he talks about the pill grinder and all this type of stuff, and then discussing like debt and all these other things about. He spoke about debt and then also said that he too smart to take a loan. And I'm like, hold up, I'm trying to, I listened to this album like 4 times. There's still some stuff I want to deep dive into. And each track I listen to the lyrics, try to see what he's saying and everything. And like, just his rapping ability on Grindstone, bro, and Latch. Like, bro was just going, bro. Latch is really dope. I love the little flows he played with. And then The Giver is probably my favorite track on here. It's a short track. I love the production. I think you said you like that too. But it's more of a like him talking about a girl that he's no longer with, and I love that song, bro. That's probably my standout track on here. It's really short. I love the production, and I love his lyrics, bro. Like, it's just certain things he was saying, bro. Like, if you look at the verse, it's really short, but his style of rap is kind of like a MF Doom in a way, not like he's all over the place with lyrics. I'm just saying how he could put things together and like you read it and you just like, wow, like it's really dope. You could tell that he has a lot of inspiration from Doom, in my opinion. And even though you can go with his darkness, which come from his influence from like Prodigy, he loves Mobb Deep as well. And like I don't know, I just feel like if you look at his influences, it's a lot of emotion, like even Mos Def. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I love Mavi, bro. I know it's not for everybody. I know it's some people I know that it don't click with them either. And I know it wouldn't click with you, B. You know what I'm saying? It's not your wheelhouse, B.
Give me Mike.
Huh?
I said, give me Mike.
Mike cool, like, cause Mike still get in this bag, but it wouldn't be on this type of production. When Mike get into his like really introspective bag on like his older tracks, it's over that production you said you're more familiar with. But it was more like you barely can understand some of the beats because some of the quality is just. He the one that kind of ushered in that style. I forgot the name of his group.
So is he influenced by Mike and Earl?
Yeah.
I'm about to say, because I was looking, I'm like, this sounds like Mike. I went to the fans also like Mike, first one. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, all that sound, like it all comes from the same tree around that time. I forgot the name.
I hate that kind of.
Why?
Because they sound too similar.
They don't sound similar to me.
To me, they sound the exact
same. I feel like to me, you sound similar in the way of like some productions and styles, but I feel like when you go to how they rap, I don't think they sound the same.
It's the fact of sounding the same. Like if I put them on the same song and there's no hook and they switch verses, I wouldn't know that they would have switched verses. Like they
So
would have
you
switched.
listen to Arm & Hammer, right?
Arm and Hammer. You talking about the
with Billy Woods and Elucid?
Oh, you talking about the Alchemist
Yeah,
album?
could you tell if them who was different?
At times, yeah.
Sometimes you could.
Not all the time.
But you would say they sound the same.
But I would know who's rapping because it's the way they rap and the word choices.
And I think
because one has a simpler word choices, while the other one had way more.
I think you'll
words.
find that in the same with these guys. I feel like Earl dialogue is much different from Mike's, and Mike's is much different from Mavi. And I think the way
I don't like Earl like that though either.
Yeah, I know you don't really like Earl, but
Yeah,
I'm saying
Earl
you
is
will. I
boring.
feel like you can understand them differently. I feel like yes, they in the same wheelhouse, but I feel like I think they rap differently. In my opinion, I think they all have their own unique styles and they stand out. But cause like Earl last project with Alchemist was fire. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that joint. And Mike projects he's putting out dope as well, man. Mm-hmm. And he don't do the same production as they use. Like you said, it'll be like Let the Sun Talk. Like when it comes to that unmixed, sound like it's not mixed properly. And, yeah, because this Let the Sun Talk is so much like some rap songs and stuff like that. It falls into that.
I didn't like some rap songs.
Yeah, I love that joint. Mostly because of the words and the emotion in that project. Which would bring me, I'm an emotional guy. I love introspective. I love when artists shows vulnerability, bro. Because I don't know, it humanizes people. And I don't know, like I said, yes, his age, him being this young and doing this, at the time I think now he's 24. So I enjoy this project. I think this is gonna be in my top 5, bro, probably at the end of the year, because I'm steady going back to it. I listened to it for the first time Saturday. I didn't peep it Friday night. I think I listened to it Saturday night, played it Sunday, played it like twice today, and I'll just say this is a really good project from this dude, man, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's a step up from his last album, but I still prefer Let the Sun Talk as my favorite out of his albums, and I think that him being at this age, I just don't know how good he's gonna get. Like how good, what other lanes are gonna go to? Because me knowing him, being a fan of him, I see other artists that he listens to, like. Artists like him, he just don't always listen to like, oh, I want to listen to introspective stuff. Like he play like Babyface Ray, he plays all these other guys as well. So I want to know, like, not saying he's gonna be rapping like Babyface Ray, but I'm just saying, what will he go in his next few albums? Like, what lane will he go into? Because I feel like he's probably gonna take a year or two break, and he might reinvent himself. He might still be that introspective guy, or he might want to put out like a Summertime Butch. You know what I'm saying? I would just say he might want to put out something that's like a different vibe, you know? So I'm all happy, man. I'm happy I really enjoyed this project, bro. Like, I'm all smiles with this one. Me, I love this joint. I don't know. It's one of them albums that I just ran it back. And I don't know, bro. If I was like around this age, like if I was like a kid around this time, bro, this would be mine. I'd probably be a big champion for this kid, just like I see all the guys on Reddit. I haven't seen nobody on Twitter as much. But, like, I know the guys on Reddit, like, they love this dude, bro. So, yeah, there's some people out there that don't like it. And they always say, like, yo, don't hate me. Like, it's just not for me. And I don't have this. If you don't like this, I am not going to be mad at you. I understand it's an acquired taste. It's not for everybody. Like, that's why I wouldn't recommend people, yo, you listen to Mavi. Yo, listen to Billy Woods. I wouldn't recommend you that. You don't listen to that stuff?
But yeah, the Billy Woods project I heard was cool.
Yeah,
I like Arm & Hammer a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, but with Alchemist.
Alchemist, another person he's bouncing off with.
Yeah, with Elucid. But I'm saying, you haven't listened to none of the other stuff. It's totally different. That's what I'm saying.
That's why I'm so scared.
Yeah. It's not. I would say it's totally different, but it's totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Sonically, it's all about the sonics to me.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Sonics is the most important thing for me.
And I know something like this probably wouldn't just grab you and get your attention. Like you said, production brings you into like wanting to know what are you saying to these beats. And with this, I feel like with music like this, the production is not the main focus. But yes, it plays a part. But the lyrics, to me, is the main focus.
That plus he doesn't have presence to me.
Like, what do you mean?
So when we talk about like, especially like, you know, a rapper that I love that doesn't pick the greatest beats or have the greatest beat selection, Nas. To me, he has presence when he's on the mic. He can rap well. Sometimes when Jay-Z would have certain songs that had some whack beats, his presence on the mic is what mattered. I'm like, all right, I could kind of do it with the beat because your lyrics or how you flown on it, you're making the song better just from how you're attacking it vocally. To me, he's not bad. I like this type of rapping though over what he was doing like on Let the Sun Talk though. I like that. To me, that fits me more with his voice and what he's doing on there. I kind of like that a bit more because to me, it gives me more of that vibe. I get that he's going for the dark atmospheric type thing on here. It's the production that really just threw me off.
I love this.
And so, because the production threw me off, and this is my first time listening to Mavi.
Yeah.
I don't really care for some of the introspection. I'm like, okay, this is being introspective, but I'm like, I don't know. Also, when I heard it, I thought that it was going to be like a full circle type story. I'm like,
yeah, it's not. To me, I don't feel like there's any concept in here. I feel like they're single tracks that's just focuses on things that, you know.
See, I thought the concept was, you know, just him battling, you know, the darkness or whatever.
Battling himself like a shadow boxer. Yeah, that. But I'm saying, yeah, each track is it's still a different.
Like it can stand alone on its own thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I thought that. I guess my thing is I thought I would have added more for me in terms of like an album. And then I saw it was 30 minutes. I'm like, am I really gonna get what I'm getting out of this? Not a bad album. Lyrically, he's cool. That beat selection for me was not it though.
I enjoyed
that production was not.
I enjoyed the production, man.
It was just not it for me.
Well,
I can see people liking this though.
Yeah, it's a certain crowd, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a certain crowd. Only hip hop Twitter. Only hip hop Twitter. A casual like me, yeah, this ain't it.
It's not for you.